Once, in a peaceful meadow, surrounded by tall trees and colorful flowers, there lay a tiny seat. It was small and quiet, almost hidden among the grasses. Every day the little seed looked up at the towering trees above and thought, "I wish I could be like them, strong, tall, and important one bright." Mourning, a wise old oak tree, hearing the seed's whispers, leaned over and said, "Little seed, within you lies the potential to be. Create. All you need is a little bit of courage and patience." The little seed listened carefully and decided to trust Oak's words. It promised itself that it would give growth a chance, but the journey was far from easy. Over time, the seed was buried deep in the cold and dark soil it fell. Trapped and alone, there were moments when fear crept in, whispering that it might never see the sunlight again. But the little seed remembered the oak's words and held on to hope. It stayed strong and waited for the right moment to push forward. Days turned into weeks. Over time, heavy rain fell and winds red across the middle. The seed indeed it all. There were times when it felt like giving up, but slowly it began to change. One day, a tiny sprout emerged from the seed and started to reach upward, as if it was eager to see the light. Bit by bit, the sprout pushed through the soil until at last it broke free into the open air. The sunlight was warm and the breeze was gentle, and for the first time, the little sprout felt alive. It began to grow slowly. Its roots started to stretch deep into the earth, and its tiny leaves started to reach toward the sky. With each passing day, the sprout became stronger as the season changed. The sprout grew into a young tree. It faced challenges, fear storms that shook his branches and rise bells that tested his strength. Sometimes it felt like it might break, but every challenge made its roots dig deeper and its trunk grow sturdier past. And the little seed was no longer little. Now it had become one of the tallest trees in the meadow. Birds came to build nest in its branches. Children laughed and played in its shade. Its leaves danced joyfully in the wind, as if giving back to the words that had helped it grow one day. The wise old oak's tree, now even older, looked at the too young tree and said, "Do you see now you always had the strength within you? You just needed to believe in yourself and keep growing even when it was hard." The tall young tree swayed gently in the breeze. Understanding the oak tree's words, it remembered how it had once been a tiny seed, unsure and afraid. But with patience, courage and perseverance, it had grown into something magnificent now. Standing tall against the sky, it was not just a tree, but it was a testament to the power of growth, a symbol of hope and a source of life and joy for all who found shelter in its shade. If we see in our life, we will observe that within each of us lies the potential for greatness, no matter how small or uncertain we may feel. Like the seed, we may face moments of darkness and challenges that test our strength. The path forward is not always clear, but with courage, patience, and perseverance, we can overcome even the hardest trials and emerge stronger. Growth is a quiet and steady process. It requires trust in ourselves and the willingness to keep moving forward even when progress seems invisible, just as the seed grows into a mighty tree. We too can rise to our full potential, and as we grow, we become more than just strong. Rather, we become a source of shelter, joy, and inspiration for others. So believe in yourself, no matter how hard the challenge is, how long the struggle,